All right, let's dive in. Today, we're talking about a new kind of tool that promises to change how we learn from our own stuff. You know, our documents, our notes, all that. We're going to explore how we can make our most important materials actually work for us, instead of us just fighting against them.
We've all been there, right? You're staring at some super dense report or research paper, just trying to pull out the important bits. It's that classic challenge of learning from just plain static text.
I mean, seriously, haven't you ever just wished you could ask a textbook a question and get a straight answer? Or like, have a complicated PDF just summarize itself for you? Well, that's not science fiction anymore. It's actually here.
And this really shows the huge shift we're talking about. We're moving away from that old static model of just reading flat pages to something way more dynamic. Imagine turning your notes into an interactive chat, or an audio summary for your drive to work, or even a visual explainer, just like this one.
This whole new way of thinking is built on a really simple idea. We learn best when we use more than one of our senses at a time. And that's the whole core of this multimodal approach.
The key concept here is multimodal learning. All it really means is using different modes, like seeing, hearing, and reading to engage with information. And the goal isn't just to cram facts. It's to understand things on a deeper level so you actually remember them.
So it breaks down into these three powerful modes that you can mix and match. You could watch a video to get the big picture of a concept, then maybe listen to an audio version to let the details sink in while you're doing other things, and then finally jump into the text to ask really specific, detailed questions. It's like a complete learning toolkit you can adapt to any situation.
Okay, so that's the theory. How do we actually put this into practice? Well, it all starts with a new type of tool, one that's designed from the ground up to be your personal AI assistant for learning.
And here it is, NotebookLM from Google. Remember that wish we had about asking a textbook a question? This is pretty much it. It's like having a personal AI tutor that you train so it becomes an expert on your documents, and only your documents.
The process couldn't be simpler. You just upload your stuff, your notes, PDFs, web links, and NotebookLM instantly becomes an expert on it. But here's the really crucial part. Its answers are grounded only in the documents you give it. It's not going to go search the wider internet, so you know every insight is relevant and cited directly from your own material. No random noise.
Now let's dig into how you can really customize this experience. NotebookLM gives you the power to pick the learning mode that makes the most sense for you, right in that moment. And get this, there's a brand new feature that is an absolute game changer. You can automatically create a slide-based video, kind of like this one, directly from your documents. Just imagine turning a wall of dense text into a dynamic, visual presentation with a single click. This is a huge step in making complex information so much more accessible.
So you basically have these three distinct modes to work with. If you need to find a very specific fact, you use the chat, which feels like talking to a personal tutor. If you're heading out for a walk, you can turn your notes into a custom audio podcast. And if you're just feeling overwhelmed by a document, you can generate a video to see the structure visually. You get to pick the mode that fits what you're doing.
And this really gets to the heart of it. When you combine reading, listening, and seeing, you're not just learning in a different way. You're learning more deeply and more effectively than you ever could before. It's all about having the right tool for the job, no matter what that job is.
But, you know, the implications here go way beyond just personal study. This kind of technology has the potential to completely reshape what our schools and classrooms look like.
Just think about the classroom for a second. Students can get personalized support so they can move at their own pace. Teachers can offload some of the grunt work of creating extra materials, which frees them up to actually teach. And for big research projects, students now have a powerful assistant to help them make sense of complex topics. It really lifts everyone up. So when you put all this together, it becomes pretty obvious that this isn't just some passing trend. Multimodal learning, powered by tools like NotebookLM, is absolutely on track to become the new standard for how we teach and learn.
And all of this leads to a pretty fascinating final question. As AI becomes this kind of constant, personal tutor that we carry around in our pockets, what it means to be a good learner starts to change. It becomes less about memorizing facts and much more about being curious and asking the right questions. So the real challenge for all of us is this: how are we going to redefine what it truly means to learn?